You're not supposed to lose your dad when you're 15. He's supposed to walk you down the aisle and harass boyfriends and stuff.
I was really sad. I just didn't really know what to do, what I should feel, or what I should say, or how I was supposed to act.
My dad died when I was a baby, and I think it's just the things I'll never get to do. You know, seeing other people with dads, and it's almost like I'm mourning over what I never had instead of what I had.
My mom had cancer, and hospice was taking care of her at her house, and her and my dad just told me about hospice and took me to one of their counselors. She actually died right before my first baseball tournament.
Whenever I think of him, I just go in my room and look at a picture of him, and then that helps me think of how he wouldn't want me to be sad about this, and how he'd want me to live life and not think it was my fault.
First, when my dad died, it felt like the end of the world, but I learned that it's really not.
I was a little skeptical, to be honest, in the beginning because I didn't really know how to react to it. And once I got there, they kind of like just welcomed you with open arms, and they knew what you were feeling, and that was really refreshing to just be able to talk about it. And they were so sincere and nice to us that it felt right.
Well, they actually have this grief map that's like, it takes you through every single step of grief. They didn't leave anything out. It just lays it all out there for you, and learning that I'm not the only single person in the world who's dealt with grief this way was just a wonderful experience.
It kind of like showed the feelings that we would go through, and some of the feelings that I had I thought weren't normal. It's completely normal, and that made me feel a whole bunch better.
I actually did a school grief group when I was in 6th grade. I started volunteering, and I've loved it ever since. Camp Good Grief is one of my favorite parts of the summer. Just seeing all these people come together for one cause, and it's crazy, you know, 48 hours, these kids, they heal. You can see them start this healing journey through their friendships and the things we do at camp.
We have a story time where they each tell a story of their loved one, what they loved about them, and how life is different, and just how much they miss them.
I felt sad, but mostly angry. I did a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have because I was really angry. I got to do activities that helped me through my grief.
I didn't know there were this many people that could relate to me, and I just felt better that it wasn't just me that it happened to. The most important thing I learned at camp was to not blame yourself.
Watching the kids through group and the friendships that they make so quickly, and the memorial picture frames that they make and how that touches them at the very end of camp can help you make those connections with others who have had somebody die.
It showed me that there's people all over the place that are just like me, and I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that had someone taken from me. I just love helping the little kids now.
Mom took a lot of pictures, so that's kind of like my memory thing. And we watched a lot of movies together, so every time I watch some Disney movie, that's kind of like my way of hanging out with my mom.
Going through death and cancer, it really helped me realize, like, you don't have to sweat the little things, but when something big comes, you can't just throw it to the side. Like, you have to talk about it and bring it forward, or else it's just gonna eat you away inside.
If hospice weren't around for me, I would be a tremendous wreck. I would still be depressed, and I wouldn't be helping people right now. Just for other kids not to have hospice, I can't imagine what they'd be going through right now.
The people at hospice welcome you with open arms and are excited to have you here, and they're just a bunch of great people. I wanted to be a volunteer because I wanted to do for others like they did for me, because they changed my life significantly, and I knew I could do that for other people.
Now I don't just judge people by the way they look. I want to know what's happened to them in their lives.
Teenagers shouldn't have to deal with this. It's not fair, but it happens a lot. And to have a program like hospice at your side when you're dealing with this stuff, it makes you feel like you aren't alone, and that's crucial.
This organization provides so much to the community, whether through the care center, cups, spoons, the groups that they provide kids and adults. It just provides so much, and it can't do it for free, and it obviously needs funding, and even just donating time can help. Donating money can help. Donating your energy.
I really see life differently now. I see it as anything can happen at any time, and that's why I want to do whatever I can do to help other people while I'm alive.
It made me a stronger person that I know he would have been really proud of in every way.
Grieving is a journey and a process that I don't think anybody ever gets out of. I have my dad's belt buckle. It's dolphins, because he loved the ocean. And we go back to the beach every summer where he grew up. And I have a locket with his picture in it, so I have my own special things. I think he'd be proud to see how I turned something awful, his death, into helping others and to being a strong person who wants to help others.